I just wanted to tell you guys that, listen, you guys, I'm just beauty warfare and then playing with radiation. I'm just over it. But I found something when I was looking in the Lange's book for some of you guys that are following along in that book. And I want to teach you guys this, but I think it's more important for you guys to know that I'm just going to put out the invite for the environmental justice training so you guys can come to that and then figure it out from there. So, anyways, something happened with this national security, breaches national security concerns and playing with virtual reality. So, I told you guys that Empress Warfare is on. Somebody needs to go call Tiffy Cooks. So, what ended up happening here was they were playing in virtual realities. And by the way, I have to say, I actually love Tiffany. I think she's amazing. She just cooks pork. So, like, I would love I completely want to drill with her in the kitchen. Like, I think she's awesome. She's absolutely insane. And Tiffany is pure Chinese magic. You guys are going to figure out what that means. So, anyways, they were uploading a virtual reality and they were showing something about Tiffany's past life, which then ended up bringing in all of Korea to create another national security concern because they uploaded Johnny Kyanga. So, what ended up happening was because Cheong exploded in virtual reality, all of us tracked it online. I told you Tiffany stopped cooking pork, but you guys went to go play games with this eucalyptus. Shout out to Tiffany. Eucalyptus can be, you know, a theme song for her. She's gonna get her own song, but you guys know that that whole eucalyptus thing got started because they were trying to let you guys know that it's done. Stop playing with the Diley. Stop playing with Drake. It needs to stop. You guys shouldn't be playing with people's families. So Tiffany's dad, it took him hella years to get his citizenship in Vancouver, Canada. It took him like 20 something years to finally get his citizenship because they were hitting them up, the Daily, they were drilling with them. So something got started and documents were released so he was able to get his papers. So something got started where somebody was being dishonorable. They exposed their hand with the Philippines. A lot of shit came out with this whole Chinese and Philippine connection. Something really went left, and Tiffany was divinating on YouTube, and she posted some Filipino recipes before that car crash. So, anyways, you guys, I just want to tell you that I found some like board games today. Oh, but this is even more interesting. Like something is going around at the FBI around like people playing in my phone, following me, and then like being seen in before and afters, and looking like completely different because they're getting transfigured with spell work and like looking like they just walked out of Mary Shelley. But I found another pair of AirPods. Yeah, this is like really crazy. I'm telling you, like, but I'm on camera finding this, so you guys can't say that I'm boosting. I'm not MacGyvering, going in people's cars or opening doors and shit like that. None of that is happening. That's like completely like out of the question. Excuse me. So that's like one of the reasons why this is happening because people can't like fathom why this is happening. Oh my god! Oh my god! Somebody marked them off. Yeah, I just had to say there was something going on with the animals too, where like you guys seen the chocolate challenge, it's like in full effect. And something that got started here was about the animals, and you guys are starting to see if the animals are responding and like saying stuff and like setting people up, right? And showing their hand and winning the chocolate challenge and being ultimately seductive. If you're seeing that, then what is an octopus gonna do? Not to say that like thank you, Jules. Not to say that like, that high priest or priestess can't like do her thing. We're watching. But now we're seeing that it's true. It's true. So that's making it to court with Martha because she's getting charged for all these amputations. Are actually I have to talk about what's going on in Mexico because I think you guys think it's a joke. It's not. It's not actually funny what's like happening out there. That like that type of like energy is like so like discussed so freely because of their behavior. It is a national security concern. It should be like an international like discussion about what's going on in Mexico. That got started because people are playing in people's phone and playing with sound technology and doing way too much and playing with coca warfare. So, anyways, it was like so funny. I just have to tell you guys about something with the animals. Like I love them so much; they keep me company. So there was like like little songs are going, and there was one because they just love T Grizzly, and it was like a certain like type of like bear being. She stopped existing in like Australia in like the 1920s, And she was like, "You think you can't get got? You think you can't get shot?" Yeah, and then everyone started singing. Somebody marked them off because you have to listen to the song and like the lyrics, and then it brought up a big ass case that has something to do with what just happened in Vancouver with the crash into the Filipino festival, and it was about three men that went missing at a hip hop concert in Detroit. Like they were supposed to perform and like they never made it. Shit. So like people are vibing and talking and dancing and exposing the feds and shit like that. And one high priestess, she went to go get her baby, and she was so cute. She was singing, "You think you can't get caught? You think you can't get shot?" She was so cute. Somebody marked them off. They were singing. It was so cute. Oh my god, they're dancing. Yeah, they come from a different dimension, so that there to them is like normal. Yeah, she went to go get her baby. I'm selling you. Ooh. And because like their forces of physics is like out of control for this planet, you can like feel them moving in your energy field. It's like hell out of fucking control. So, so you think you can't get caught? You think you can't get shot? Yeah. Hey. So, anyways, you guys, I have to just show you something that I found today, which again is going to get several charges going in Ethiopia. So, I found this book right here, and we're going to read from this book, right? And then I found something that's like super interesting, like giving talks of like maps and people of color getting like specific kakasha to have fun with maps. Here, let me start this over again. All right, so talks of maps and people of color like playing with maps and things like that. I found this game too. It's called On Assignment. All right, super derp or what's that called? Der. Anyways, this is pretty dope, and I feel like we should play with this to like start charges. I don't know. Let's just like close our eyes and just go on the map and pick, and then start exposing cases, or somebody mark them off. Yeah, just let's just see. So, anyways, you guys, this actually I'm more excited about. But, like, what I love is the fact that I always find stuff like this. Yeah. This one is called the Thinker's Thesaurus. So, what I love about this, and it's from somebody called Peter, and just like, I want to say shout out to Peter as we're singing songs here. When you're moving as a unit, when you're moving as a unit, when you're moving as a unit, when you're moving as a unit. Yeah, the rabbit instructing song and dance. Yeah, that made it to charges. That made it to capital charges. Period. So, woo. So I just wanted to say that I like this specific book. Yikes. Okay, so anyways, it's just like a bunch of it's like interesting words. I don't know. Like sometimes, like I wonder where these all come from. Did we agree? Anyways, like this Egyptian Book of the Dead. Let's look into this. Somebody marked them off. Yeah, this is like the first page that I like ran into Papyrus of Ine. But even before I got like activated in my ability to read like hieroglyphs, I actually had been reading into these specific arts, right? So I want to start like doing this like regularly where I get to come on here and like I read these for you guys. But I just want to tell you about all the fuckery that was going on and like found some stuff like this in like this board game. Yeah. That one is interesting. Yeah, this has something to do with factory farming and like initiating it and like low vibrational like forces that initiate like the number sequence to try to hide like a false enforcer's ooh, okay, here. Let me show you guys this. So like look at this one. Okay, so basically what she's saying here is like into like several levels, like there's like a loss, okay, sense is gone, okay, fuck, understanding right and wrong, but like the duat, it's like okay, shouldn't have done that, but basically we're trying to invoke some like everlasting magic. So I feel like I will usurp this condition by getting into a different condition, but there's an enforcer that I tricked because he doesn't know that my divination pattern fell, so it may look like I'm still divinating, but he doesn't even understand like this is so far below like what you should be seeing in this dimension. Like fuck, I shouldn't have come over here. Long story short, he's like gonna give up like his enforcer body to like auto approve, like like false enforcement, that things are being done, stuff is being handled. There's no nonsense going on here because we came to planet Earth. So he thinks he's like getting something solid by doing that. Like, okay, yeah, I can just say that enforcement is happening and stuff like that because clearly it should be because I'm the serpent, right? Oops, but he doesn't know like I don't have a pussy. Like, yikes. But let's see if I can get into something else to get somewhere else. But I need you to eat meat and chicken and do into goofy fuckery because that's how I'm gonna latch onto you to play. Let's keep on going. Bringing forth a false paradigm and structure that involves the invocation of like 19 false like systems, right? So in the invocation of like those 19 false systems, like I do have to talk about like all like that entails because then you're supposed to follow this to follow this bullshit as well to start this in like the Mayan Empire too. Okay, so really that's all that this is actually saying. There's so much going on here that you guys are gonna fall into. But long story short, then after he's giving up his enforcer body, he's like walking into this like specific like it'll be like an arkum, and then he's going ahead and communicating with the arkuftiak, and he's basically saying like I'm gonna go into like a psychedelic state and see if I can like make a copy of like 3 or 4 databases real quick with this flower, just to see if I can like maybe like work this off. Let's see if this works or not. So shit. But if this doesn't work, like I lose all my powers, I become unmelanated. But like I'm already a magician state because I'm being crafty. So somebody already knows like my melanin is like going on haywire. But I'm doing auto approval enforcement, and this serpent supposedly is like doing that too. But the way that she's doing that is latching onto my number sequence. So I need to close. I have to close my eye to the call and to walk into Tuyukanine. It's like a specific dungeon that they go and doing rituals where they're eating out of canopic jars of people that passed away. Like fuck the Kwani, but this priestess has the last of this body, and then they're making copies of their body with the psychedelic and putting it in different substance bases and like, oh, let me walk in and out of that body. Like this is like original playing Waki. What's that thing called? Ibn Sal mirror fuckery. So okay, that's not working. Like don't play like like I went into fuck and like I threw it up so I couldn't like really handle it. But I got like one level into my Okum. Like I felt it like coming down into like my light body. Like I gave up a ka. So okay, hopefully this like works. I don't know why I'm doing this, like why okay, but whatever. So, let me see if I'm still gonna be able to keep yeah, but my ka speaks from like Durkana that the two of the three ka have been destroyed. So I'm going now into like flagellum, like where I'm like throwing up like the original substance because my form in a different place is rejecting it. I shouldn't have tried to use this body. I thought like maybe if I came down with this body, this charge, that it would like be able to overpower this magic. And it's just like the original magic that they used to like open up the planet. None of this works. None of that works. It doesn't happen. It's garbage. It's drama. It's mess. So let's eat beef. So she said that she has something, and this is like mess that they're getting into, like, playing in Papyrus of Anna. That's what they're really talking about. But, this can completely be like verified in like what's happening in people's families now. Yeah, getting a message from space is, let me see, let me read. Getting a message from space if the body has been destroyed or is being destroyed. Yeah, it's like right here, but like the higher self coming down to see right here. But they're saying like I have my other eye open, like my higher eye. This symbol's like not my human eye, but like my higher self eye, like my space body. But done, I'm losing like my koi forest, like my Kwakatazi's done. I lost my crystal forest. I can no longer communicate with like my being. Their eye is not close to because we got into Dukukona because I went to go play with the aquatic being, then I wipe my memory to a VVC net, like by opening specifically 4 portals, Dikuni, and then my eye being shattered into right here. That's what they're saying. The eye is being shattered into, put into imbalance Kiane, and then from there they open up a substance. So I won't know that I want my own memory to come and play yoga. It's only when you're eating the body that you're gonna say that when you're eating the human body that you wake up to the ritual. It's a trap. That's so fucking delusional. And eating meat and seasoning with bay leaf and frying and whoa. Mm-mm. Oh my god, girl, this is too much. It's too much. So we can go into like some more of these. Like, let's see what this high priest is talking about. Yeah, he's just saying that he came to visit the planet and see if you were that fucking serious about playing like that. Okay, that's all he's saying. Yeah. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Like, we're all banished. Like, we're related, but we all fucking are family. She actually like has a form like that. Like, she turned into that. It's not that she like once she has like a lion head in this body or a falcon head in this body. She actually went from like humanoid to this form. Like this is like okay, like she has to get dropped off. Period. Right. So yeah, this is like their talk of coming to planet Earth, the original like game that they're playing, making a copy of their car, and then making stuff like this with travel. We'll be able to read this later and understand how to activate like certain works from space. Yeah, isn't it? But like as it's transfixed, yeah, woo. Whoa, people are getting their cards fucking read with this. This is gonna start a war with immigration. Not yet. Not yet. Let them focus on Israel before we start this. Whoa. Yeah. Well, actually, get my help to see how they were playing with that Necropolis Young. And here we go. With no melanin. I got beauty secrets and beauty and smells and perfume because it smell like death. Oh my god, oils and perfume. Death, yeah. And then talking about how he had to like get into like he's here like trying to petition like to see like oh should I get into her pussy or not, right? Like he's going to like a specific high priest of wood like I want to know if I'm in your group, like should I do this, like does she have a flower, like how did I not know that, what the fuck, that type of like craft is going on here. And then there's somebody right here taking advantage of that, like yeah, like let me like get a copy or two of your cock so I can go see and divinate for you and tell you if that's something you should be doing. Why do you need a copy of my cock to see if I'm in this body, that body, enforcer, da da da? Why are you need a copy of this enforcer form, that enforcer form, that enforcer form? Okay, to do what? Auto approval for false enforcement. Nonsense. hmm And the perfume. So in this though, like where her mind starts to realize like where her womb is twisted, and like even if he tries to like enter here, like he's gonna beat the fuck out of me because he's gonna realize like, my womb is twisted. So how does this nigga not know that I don't have any melanin? Like I actually that's so true. Like what planet is this? And this is like where you like get like the injection of like a psychedelic, and on the top of his head he's saying that like my crown is going into quite like it's opening up like around 8 winged, and like 19 different like light rays are going to beam out and like completely alter the receptor of like 9 different like biochemicals in my brain, right? So in this scene that we have here, this is like where we get into like deception going on now, right? Where people are like getting with hoes and things like that. And then this type of transaction is going on with the social worker bitch, or like I work in DEI bitch, or like whatever, she wants to have 5 minutes of whatever, right? Ending up on 11 Alive or whatever. This is that type of configuration. It's really that done. So, like, right. I just think that, like, one of the things that, like, I can't wait to get into is, like, reading deeper into, like, some of these, right? It's, like, what this is actually saying. And then, like, what does that really mean for, like, this whole craft and, like, study? I feel like this is just, like, done. This is done. Like, now you know hoes. Okay. And they used to be, like, 18, 19 feet on planet Earth. Okay, I see. Thank you. Canopic jars, yeah, woo, 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 woo. Original oxtail, wow, 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 wow. It's really that serious. So, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, stankin', baby, stankin'. Original, like, what do you call it? Playing with, what's that thing called? Extensions. Women do it all the time in space. They grow their hair out in like 2 or 3 days, cut it off, style it, and then put it on, and then go play like in like different time portals. Like, oh, it's 1979. They had a party. How do you know that? Well, I don't know, but I don't know. I guess they call it planet Earth. I'm just, yeah. It's like schizophrenia in space for this place to be open. It's like very delusional. So she's basically talking about like, first though, like her story can't be ignored because she has a story about how she got clapped out. That's not in this part. If I tell you that in retrospect, you're gonna see that these are actually not laid out in chronological order. That I can actually work on if you guys are interested in like still playing with this, right? This comes before this period, though. Her descent into bullshit. Because this right here, with the chicken and the animals and the stork, this is actually talking more to about like the castration of a man, like his destruction when he gets into like false acts. And here he says, don't deny you know who I am. You don't deny my eye. You've seen the type of royalty that I walk with. I've come to visit this planet. I've come to provide enforcement since you need that. You're here. It's fine. I can leave. I have Kukalam substance because I'm coming here ultimately to work the highest level of magic, period. So I'm absolved for any karma for being on the planet and having my body buried here. I'm coming in light form, so I'm coming in this form. So when you see me, you see this form, just know that the Federation is here, but I'm coming into Fana form. Like I get my innocence. So Dagenini, he's talking about how that whole transaction happened of him being purified and fire and brimstone and candle and trillions of separate twists and turns to get this type of form to then be on the planet with nothing like that, but constantly casting words, right? In order to bring down like the ultimate judgment and the one day closing of like the false Twikiki, aka like false portal, like molecular, like womp, 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 that's like out in the Milky Way galaxy, like outside the third ring is what he's describing here, like space travel plans, where that portal is to allow false reproduction of bitch ass niggas. So even in this, like he gives like a space travel here, like and it's like the fourth, like it's outside like the third, like lower fourth ring. It's like a quick little zip like this. It doesn't go like completely into a circle. Like right there, there's like another like dwomp, dwomp space, and it's like actually like being discussed. Um, yeah, starting right like here. Exactly. And he's describing the intelligence of, you guys remember the Swazwane that I showed you? Ziggy Diggy Guanini, Aki Guani, and moving forward. Like this is like what it's bringing here. It's like over there, dining day. So Agona, when you get there, he's basically describing here like this is the type of works that we're gonna bring down forth, like and play down with you, like if you want to come to the planet. Because what was happening is as they were writing this, like, oh, we're gonna have our magic, playing with different wakatazi, starting a shit, we're gonna chicken and playing da 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 in the zoo. They were basically like casting down and writing down literally the book of the dead. Like this is how you're about to die. This is how you're gonna get set up. This type of works that are gonna get worked on you. You wanted to know what type of magic here it is, but you can't activate it, do you? So this is where you get into like stupid practices of them like making different type of wines and things like that, and then covering papyrus in them and like drinking it. Like you're not getting anything from that. That's also like something of damnation that's gonna come out in this book. It's like a before, it's like on par and before and between with this. These are all simultaneous, like that one for damnation papyri. Let me see if it's in here. Yeah, these niggas are acting like baboons. Yeah, that made it to the feds. It's like somebody got shot. He said these niggas are really baboons out here, and that made it to space. Like, oh my god, and it was like I was looking at a picture of Harriet Tubman and like a portal opened in space because that conversation made it to space about niggas are baboons, and she started smiling, and her energy is so gentle. I'm so sorry, like that was fucking hilarious. She was laughing like because someone was screaming, "These niggas are really baboons!" Yeah, they were replaying it in space. It was like critical for a certain case for like a black family that like their lineage is in space. So anyways, here we go with the baboons. But this one is talking about how you're gonna get yourself like tied up in like a big ass like war pole and pull, and then you're gonna get pulled into like a certain substance space that's gonna disintegrate you in like 88 trillion like certain places. So that means I'm making it to like all of your bodies, at least in this Treasureverse, right? And like three others just be for thinking that you're going to come play down here because you thought that you were going to play with the sound technology and playing what works and playing with the internet and starting shit with fake phalluses. You thought you were going to play with Digikana fake pussy because you're clapped out and then you're creating eunuchs because the pussy and a prostate was like forming and merging. It's like old anatomy that they're talking about here. This anatomy stopped being here in like the 1700s. People made sure of it. So then you thought you were gonna play with Guanina, like wee wow. It's like playing with no whoa, I can't talk about that. Thank you. So then you thought you were gonna be involving yourself in like psychedelic warfare, right? So, they're basically just like scribing like all the individuals that started that, like your whole entire hood, like you're done, you're banished. Right. And then these are the fucking acts that you're constantly gonna have to get into. But this is like the description of the doo This is literally like when motherfuckers do bad hits in the hood and play, this is what they turn into. Oh my god. It's just like snot. It's just not even something like that should be like of a discussion. Like you should know better than be playing. But like, here we go. So they're like basically showing you like what ends up happening. Like she literally is like transfixed like that. Like, can I get up? Can I move? No. Yeah, yeah. You get trapped there with that fucking ratchet ass device disintegrating you. Like, I'm really stuck here. You can't move. You can't teleport. Nothing. Flying with warfare. It's forever in judgment. So, you guys, I just thought it was interesting that I found this book today. We'll keep on going with that. You guys can have a little bit of that. All right, you guys.